You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports. Wow, I saw this and was like, holy crap. Why? Because late night programming has been such a mainstay at NBC, but it seems they may have bitten off more than they can chew with Big Ten football and the NFL. And guess who may be affected by it? Jimmy Fallon. His show may either be canceled or he may lose an hour of his show. And of course, that time slot is really and truly a historic time slot in the history of television, because it's the time slot that was once held by the great Johnny Carson. So let's get to this. This is crazy. NBC considers cutting off primetime programming after 10 p.m. in the wake of committing billions to college and NFL football. Per a report, executives at NBC are reportedly considering cutting off the network's programming after the 10 p.m. Eastern hour, after it paid huge sums to air football games beginning next year. That would presumably affect the hour partially filled by The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, as the hour would be handed off to local affiliates to do with as they please. Fallon would likely move to an earlier slot, the Wall Street Journal first reported Friday afternoon. Per the report, such a move would help NBC cut costs as traditional programming wanes in popularity and save the network tens of millions of dollars. I've got a little insight into this I can add about exactly how big a production something like The Tonight Show is and the costs that come with that. NBC did not confirm the report, but a spokesman told the Journal that the company is constantly evaluating its business model. Quote, "We are always looking at strategies to ensure that our broadcast business remains as strong as possible. As a company, our advantage lies in our ability to provide audiences with the content they love across broadcasting, cable, and streaming," the spokesperson said. No decision has been made, but if the changes occur, they will reportedly begin the fall of 2023. The report comes weeks after NBC committed $7 billion to a 7-year contract to air Big Ten football. That was a big get for them. The network will air a season-long slate of league games in the evenings on Saturday. The deal will begin July 1st, 2023, and run through the end of 2029-30 athletic year. Specific terms were not disclosed, but a financial windfall won't come immediately, according to media sources. The Big Ten is projected to eventually distribute $80 to $100 million per year to each of its 16 members. That's why you saw USC and UCLA jump. NBC agreed to a new contract with the NFL in March that will continue the run of Sunday Night Football for an additional 11 years and give the network 3 Super Bowls and multiple playoff games. The league negotiated a contract with multiple networks which will pay out a combined $10 billion annually for broadcasting rights. Now, I saw a very interesting interview Gutfeld was on with Adam Carolla a couple of 4 or 5 days ago, and they were talking about his late night programming, which has very good ratings. But he was talking about the differences between his late night show and a show like The Tonight Show. And a show like The Tonight Show will literally have 15 writers hired to write the material for Jimmy Fallon. Well, all those guys have big salaries, okay? And the same is they have their own editors, they have their own TV cameramen. All these people are dedicated solely to something like The Tonight Show. By the way, Gutfeld beats that show in ratings now. But the point is, Gutfeld was saying, look, our crew all does double and triple duty between other Fox shows, right? So they're not just dedicated to Gutfeld. They also handle Laura Ingraham or Hannity or Tucker Carlson or the Five. But the point is, they pay for themselves across multiple shows, all of them, which basically get better ratings than Jimmy Fallon. But the point is, they were talking about specifically the cost of late night television, and it is enormous. It is enormous for getting those huge guests on there and for paying everybody involved. You know, some of those writers are making, you know, $500,000 a year or more. That's a really high profile gig because Johnny Carson once held the slot. So they're saying here he might have to move earlier. They might have to cut an hour. Who knows? Maybe he'll have to disappear. Maybe he's regulated to streaming. But the point is, NBC trying to cut a 10 p.m., anything after 10 p.m. Eastern, that's 9 o'clock my time. That's massive. All because it seems they may have overpaid for Big Ten football or NFL. Now, personally speaking, just from the outside looking in, that's totally worth it. Okay, cut that programming. Why? The Big Ten and the NFL are going to garner much larger ratings than somebody like Jimmy Fallon in The Tonight Show is ever going to get. And in turn, it's going to generate much, much bigger ad revenue. I mean, it's no contest. Sunday Night Football gets, 19.5 million viewers every week. These Big Ten football games they'll get 5 to 10 million viewers, maybe 12 million viewers on certain weeks if they end up with a high profile game. I mean, can you imagine USC and Michigan in primetime? That's a 15 million viewer game. You know, it's going to get NFL like ratings. So NBC paid a lot of money, but they're finding ways because it's not going to pay off immediately. So now they're having to look at cutting cost. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And of course, we can't forget, ESPN took a big hit losing Big Ten football. I mean, you really got to wonder what's going to happen with that network. I know there was an investor out there that was trying to push Disney to sort of separating itself completely from ESPN, but I don't think that's going to happen. So we can't get our hopes up there. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.